Repairs are done, heading out, and we will catch you in the next place.
Perfection right there. They're perfect.
You guys have seen this before and you know what they are.
Well, it looks like we've changed our plans for the night. We're staying with Deb and Joel.
We're so excited, and everyone in the campgrounds come out to help them park.
I'm just not sure what the fascination is with lighthouses, but this is actually a really cool lighthouse here. This is the Split Rock Lighthouse.
It seemed like the right thing to do.
It's time that we ride. After 2 weeks in Elkhart, it was time to pack up and start heading toward Montana. So the time has finally come to leave Elkhart. It's been a great stay. I mean, you know, we enjoyed ourselves. You know, there is a lot to do around this town if you find the right things to do. But it's been good. We're hitting the road. We're hitting our next stop is a Harvest Host outside of Madison, Wisconsin. We also want to do a special shout out to the stickers here somewhere. I had it somewhere, but to Charles Tire and Mark Page, also Alliance owners, and they have a solar company called Unplugged RV Solar, and they're actually doing an install as we speak. But they came in to help us as well with a couple issues after we left the factory. So big shout out to those guys. I think it's another example of family, right? Just family helping family, because
allies helping allies.
Yeah, and I'd like to be able to help you guys back, but I don't think I'm qualified. So I help by giving a shout out. That's what we do. So anyway, we're hitting the road, and next stop, another great looking Harvest Host with produce. And who doesn't like good produce?
I'm excited because this is really kind of the start of our road trip, because we kind of needed to get this behind us before we could.
What would you call the last 1,000 miles?
That was a mini. That was the pre-road trip.
That was, yeah.
Okay, that was up to Elkhart for the rally, and you guys have seen that video. And to get repairs, but now repairs are done. Heading out, and we will catch you in the next place.
After we left Elkhart, our first stop was an overnight stay at a Harvest Host in Stoughton, Wisconsin, called Parisi Farms.
Another successful Harvest Host here. We made it up to just southwest of Madison, Wisconsin. It's a town called Stoughton, so we're at the Parisi family farm. Beautiful. I don't know how many acres they've probably got. I don't know, 40 acres here or so of property, split between two. And got to show you some of the produce that we got last night. It was awesome. Just some of the lettuce and radishes, and got some grass-fed beef. But I don't know if you can kind of see out here. Probably not. I'll get you a little bit of video from the fields itself. It's not a big farm. It's kind of small, but great place. The owners are just really nice. So enjoyed our stay. Got a little chilly this morning. I think we were down about 49, and we're totally boondocking. Didn't even have the generator running, so we turned the heat on a little bit this morning, and doing okay. And ran the electric heater a little bit, kind of save on propane. And we ran the batteries down to probably about 80%, something like that. So it really wasn't bad at all. So yeah, we are heading up to Hinckley, Minnesota this afternoon, to a casino up there just north of Minneapolis. And so from there, we're going to try and explore some of that northwestern, even though it's northeastern from there, Wisconsin. I've always wanted to see that, try and get up in the Apostle Islands, and just a bunch to do up there. So we're there for 5 nights, but really enjoyed our stay here. Pam's kind of getting stuff ready back there in the bedroom. So anyway, we'll show you a little bit more of the farm, the Parisi family farm. Another great Harvest Host. Just love this program.
Ken and I sure did enjoy our stay here. When we arrived, Terry was out working on her garden, and she continued to work all day into the night, and we woke up the next morning and she was at it again. You're good still. Let me move this, kind of stay on the left if you can. I'm gonna move this hose real quick. Don't mess it up. Are you good on that side?
We left Parisi Farms and we're heading up to Hinckley, Minnesota. But along the way, we were going to stop and visit with our friends Joel and Deb from Chasing Our Sunshine. But they had a surprise in store for us.
So Ken and I are so excited because we left a harvest host this morning in Stoughton, Wisconsin, and we're headed to Hinckley, Minnesota, where we will stay for like 5 nights. It's a casino, but they have a campground there. And along our route, we're passing through a place where we have some friends that we've met through this RV community. And we're so excited. It's Deb and Joel, and they're with Chasing Our Sunshine. So we're gonna meet them for lunch. We're so excited. And as YouTubers would do, we'll probably have our camera with us, and so we'll carry you along for lunch today. This is such a nice surprise. I'm so glad. Deb and Joel suggested that we meet for lunch at a place called Meka, which was along our route, so that was perfect. We had a great time, and during lunch we had conversation which changed our overnight plans.
So I know I'm gonna like these guys.
See, the problem is that's where you would have been staying with him. That's Kevin.
I'm a drummer, so that's.
And you would have heard that at 2 o'clock in the morning.
But I'm a drummer, so that's.
It was so funny. He goes, you can use your generator, but not between 12 and 1 o'clock. That's when I sleep.
This was a summer seasonal park that Joel and Deb stay in. This was really cool. They originally didn't have any extra spots, so they were going to let us park on the side of somebody else's spot, but luckily they did find a spot for us.
Well, it looks like we've changed our plans for the night. We're staying with Deb and Joel.
We're so excited, and everyone in the campgrounds come out to help them park.
Look at this. This is amazing.
This was so cool that half the community came out to help us get parked. Guys, if you're listening, we really appreciate your help, and we really enjoyed our stay. The next morning, we got up and did something I've never seen before.
I want to get those horseflies off, because you know they're biting him.
Deer flies, maybe. Yeah. Get him.
Oh,
There you go. There you go.
got him.
Like, thank you. Now go right there. Yep, get him.
Oh, look at his ear. He injured his ear at some point. Split it. That is so cool.
What do you think?
I think that's pretty cool.
Hmm?
Well, that's got to be a first ever. Petting a deer? Not shooting a deer, petting a deer.
So are those called deer flies instead of horse flies?
Well, they were on the deer, so that is very cool. I mean, you could see that buck was not. I mean, the rut is still. This is early summer, so the rut is still many months away, but still had that velvet on his horns. But very cool. You never petted it. I mean, you can't get to them even remotely close in the wild,
no,
and so
no.
these are.
But I don't know how long they've lived in this like contained environment right here.
Well, they sell them. I got a horsefly in my
Oh, they
nest.
sell them?
Well, no, they sell.
Oh, I thought
They
you
don't
said
sell a
they
deer.
sell 'em.
Isn't that what we had for dinner last night? No, no. They sell deer corn in the bar
Yeah.
to come feed the deer. That's
Well,
what he was expecting.
Deb said that there used to be like, I don't know, how many did she say? I think she said 12 of them have died or something like that. They got pneumonia or something.
Something like that, yeah.
But I think the one that I was petting was the leader of the pack.
The leader of the pack.
We had so much fun getting to spend so much time with Deb and Joel. Guys, we really appreciate you taking the time to do that. And especially for showing us the local, shall I say, unique spots. And just like that, we're back on the road again, headed to Hinckley, Minnesota.
We're going to stay in the Grand Casino in Hinckley, Minnesota for 5 nights. This is the second time we've stayed at a casino, and we really, really like it. The amenities are great. We got a chance to explore some things from here, and we got another chance to see something we've actually never seen before. So So this is the second time we've stayed at a casino in an RV park, and I got to tell you, this looks really cool. I mean, it looks really, really good. This is the Grand Casino in Hinckley, Minnesota, just off of 35, about 75 miles north of Minneapolis. And I'm going to go inside and check it out. We're going to have dinner here in a couple nights, and I'm going to go inside and check out the grounds. Whenever we get near a casino, Pam likes to dabble in the casino a little bit, but let's just say that her luck is not that great.
I put $5 in a machine and I spun it twice.
It lasted 3 seconds.
And that was it.
And she got 20 cents back.
No bueno. Ken and I were so excited to learn that there was a Native American Pow Wow going on this weekend at the casino. It's the Ojibwe tribe, and it was just fascinating. This was a competition powwow in which they wear their native dress and they dance to native songs. Our first true hike of the season. Now the tick hike, that didn't count.
Yeah, that's
that was just a walk in the tick-infested woods.
A walk in the park, a walk in the tick park. So anyway, we're going to the north. They call it the North Shore of Minnesota. It's north of Duluth. And that little thing that juts out there. You understand what I'm saying, right? The land that juts out there. We'll put a map there so you can see what the heck I'm talking about, because I can see it in my mind, but maybe you can't see it. Anyway, no, so North Shore, it's just north of Duluth, and so I'm just going to go check out that area. We heard it's beautiful. We heard there's a state park there called Gooseberry Falls. I imagine it's got some falls. Actually, it does have some falls, so we're going to go check that out.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Perfectly clear.
Yeah, perfectly clear. It's I think it's going to be like 75 degrees up there, so it's actually perfect. It's actually quite a bit warmer down here, and we're only about 100 miles south of that. So we heard it's beautiful. We'll check it out. We understand it's, you know, the views from Lake Superior or onto Lake Superior are really nice. So anyway, let's head out to Gooseberry. Hey Meka, what'd you find?
Look what I found.
Oh.
It's been a while.
Oh boy.
But look at this. Perfection right there. They're perfect.
You guys have seen this before and you know what they are.
Hey Hudson. Hudson, what's my other name?
actually had a lot of lighthouses before the United States ended up getting some. So actually this technology was around for about 80 years or so before this was built here in 1910. It started out as an incandescent oil vapor lamp. That was for the first 30 years of its life. So that created a lot of soot and a lot of dirt and gunk inside this room here. So that's why you see all the enameled brick around the edges here. That was to help keep the cleaning as easy as possible on all the keepers. If you imagine that was regular rough brick, that would have been pretty difficult to clean soot out of all the nooks and crannies. 1940, the United States Coast Guard took over the U.S. Light Service. They brought electricity with them. So with that, they took out the incandescent oil vapor lamp, replaced it with a 1,000-watt light bulb. Both of those still could project 22 miles in distance, and that was all the magic in those 252 prisms up there. So it's not necessarily about what light source was in there. That just determined the intensity of the light, but the projection of 22 miles, its range, was all based off those prisms and how they're angled.
Not sure what the fascination is with lighthouses, but this is actually a really cool lighthouse here. This is the Split Rock Lighthouse, so we finally got a kind of a good view of it from the distance as opposed to being in it. But an historical lighthouse that was built in 1907, it started, and there was no access to this area. There's no road, and so they had to literally bring everything in by boat. They built derricks and they hauled everything up the hill. It doesn't look as bad on here. Around the other side, it's a little bit easier to get up the hill, but still, you know, that's 1907. So, but beautiful lighthouse.
And the how does it ship Madeira?
Madeira, yeah. So I get
it actually went down
around
just off the corner of that.
Yeah, around the bend there. So and if you look out here somewhere, the Edmund Fitzgerald actually passed by this lighthouse in 1975. And for its ill-fated journey. But another time in Lake Superior, beautiful. That water's just crystal clear. So let's get some photos and
freezing cold.
And freezing cold. It's funny. It's actually warmer here, right down by the lake, than it was up there for some reason. I guess maybe the winds are off. But this is the Split Rock Lighthouse, Lake Superior, beautiful, North Shore of Minnesota.
Seemed like the right thing to do.
So it's time to leave Hinckley, Minnesota on our way back towards Montana. We had a couple great stops along the way, so we're looking for part 2 of Elkhart to Montana.